T-minus 5 minutes, 4 minutes now. Should I check my email, Sean? I've been having a pit in my stomach for like the past 30 minutes.
I see it. Update.
Status.
Post it.
Update.
Uh-oh. See.
I'm gonna click view update.
Click.
I'm applying to Harvard Business School, HBS, for the second time. The first was during my senior year of college through their deferred admit program. I also applied to and got into MIT for business school, but HBS was my top choice. Harvard does have a much larger network. I just love getting to know a lot more different people. So I'm trying again and I hope to matriculate next year. HBS has a 12 to 14% acceptance rate. The application process is similar to undergrad. You submit an essay, list activities, but now also include your employment history. You also submit your GPA and GMAT score. The GMAT is like the SAT but for MBA. HBS's average GPA is a 3.73. I have a 4.0 in chemical engineering from Caltech. Their median GMAT score is 740 and I scored a 760. The tricky part is that you only advance if you get an interview. Dun dun dun. Back in 2021, I didn't even make it that far, but this time, I'm coming back stronger, more determined than ever. Day 1 of applications. Today is a light work day where I just tried to make an application, but the application's not even open yet. I'm too early. So I Googled all the parts of the application. I read some sample essays. The sample essays got me a little stressed because they're all so good. They inspired me, but they made me feel really doubtful of my writing and storytelling skills. I feel some anxiousness for sure, but I'm really glad I'm starting early to gradually get my mind in the zone of subconsciously processing what I want to write about as I go about my everyday life. And I also made a Notion page where I'm going to be brain dumping. I'm going to be adding more pages over time and useful links. I also put in some approximate deadlines for when I should keep things in mind, like see when the application actually opens and when it's due. Throughout the past 3 days, I have been using what's called Applicant Lab, and it's a platform that helps me go through all of the different steps and gives advice about how to apply to this program. So this has been extremely helpful because I had to use a consultant when I was in high school, and I think that's definitely one of the things that would have dramatically changed my results, even though I was resourceful and proactive as a student finding free resources, but can't be as good as an expert. So I've been watching videos like this to, number one, get smart and aware of all the things going on. So I'm turning myself into kind of an expert on the process as I'm going through the process and before I get really deep into it. And number two, just really get my mind in the zone of the way of thinking and my focus. It's honestly kind of a struggle right now. I feel like throughout the years, my brain has deteriorated. That doesn't say something. I don't know what does. Because of all the distractions and little to do tasks that feel like all high priority, right? So I'm trying to get my mind committed as much as my body is committed and just making sure I'm not going through the emotions. Anyway, feeling a little stressed, overwhelmed because I still have so much to do for the application and I've barely started and I have so many other things on my plate. Today I had 2 calls. One was a coffee chat with a former student of the program I'm applying to, so that was very helpful. I have another coffee chat on Friday. I also have to film right now. I'm just trying to take one step at a time where maybe I have this giant pile of tasks, but the only way to get it done is to start on the first one and then keep knocking them down. Starting today, I'm putting a time block in my calendar every day where that time is dedicated to work on the application. I woke up, had a consulting call, ate eggs, scripted, filmed, had a coffee chat, started cleaning and being excited and feeling accomplished. But then I had the idea to suddenly film a podcast about social confidence, but that failed because I was so bad at speaking. I stopped that and I decided to listen to one of my friends' podcasts to see how they speak so well and whether I should tone down my speaking speed. Then I realized it's already 5:30 and I'm hungry because it's dinner time. I decided I wanted to cook today, so I should have started an hour ago. And I still have to clean, and I wanted to film a quick short too while I still have my makeup on. I already pushed some things that was on my to-do list for tonight to next Monday. Gotta be efficient. Diligence, efficiency, effectiveness. Let's go. And also, I said I was gonna work on my application tonight, because I really need to. Maybe I'll do 30 minutes instead of 2 hours like I blocked out on my calendar. I just went to an event in person. I talked to an admissions person. 1 second. And I had food in my teeth. Ugh. Vlogging is awkward. I haven't done this in a while. And I need to organize my very messy notes that I took at the admissions event. It was on the iCloud Notes app on my phone, and I was afraid that people were looking at me like, oh, this girl's texting, not paying attention. I'm like, no, I'm just so into this, I'm actually taking notes. So that's another fear I have, these intrusive thoughts and being paranoid. Monday, I had a meeting with one of my awesome recommenders. If you haven't worked at a blue chip company, then it's really important for your recommender, if they have experience at a blue chip company, to say you are the best at blah 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 compared to people they've worked at before. Basically, it's really important to say superlatives, as braggy or cringe as that sounds. The meeting went really well, and right now I'm actually a buzz from wedding dress shopping. That's kind of a tangent, but here are some sneak peeks on this side of the beautiful dresses. Holy crap, it makes me so happy. It makes me feel like it's becoming real. It's so insane trying on these beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous dresses that make me feel like a princess. Anyway, I need to get myself back into the work zen mode, focus mode, because right now I really need to polish my resume and finally get my letters of recommendation requests sent out. The goal is to get the first one sent out by today before I leave for a birthday party. So about finishing the letter of recommendation request before the party last night, that did not happen because I actually went to karaoke right after. That was way too ambitious. I should never expect to do more work after going out on a Friday night. I actually did finalize the version of my resume that I'm going to send with the letter of recommendation request, which means it's also pretty close to being finalized for the actual application. Yay! Sean reviewed it for me. He left some great comments and I revised it. Right now it's 10:50 p.m. I've been cranking at the letter of recommendation request for my first recommender still for like the past 30 to 40 minutes. I think I'm spending honestly way too much time on just a letter of recommendation request. Or to some people, I'm not spending enough. But I think that's the thing with me is like when I do something, I just spend all my energy like this has to be the best thing ever, when maybe I should split my time where it's most effective, but I just don't really know where it's going to be most effective. I don't know necessarily how much weight the letter of recommendation has. Some people say it's a checkbox, some people say it's a strong data point that can help you get in the door. So we're just out here trying our best. Thing is that I did hear from my friends who applied that they did not put in nearly as much effort as I did with getting so many documents together, compiling all this information. But again, you just never really know, right? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna try and crank this out in the next 20 minutes so I don't sleep too late. I also don't think I should be spending that much more time on this. I should really simplify it. Okay, catch me outside. How about that? Catch me when I'm done. Having trouble opening a note.
One hour later.
So, yes, as Angel said, surprise, surprise, it is actually 12:30 a.m. I spent 3 to 4 times longer than I said I wanted to. That's because I ran into a bunch of hiccups that I won't bore you with. I wrote the email and I'm gonna full send it right now. Ready? I'm gonna click. Wait, actually, let me proofread it one more time. Okay.
I don't know what this is.
Sent. I recently visited the Harvard Business School campus and it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I might have just set myself up for major disappointment, but I can totally see myself going there. I took a photo with the sign, That might have been another mistake, but I'm just trying to manifest here. Yeah, it makes me worried because I'm getting my hopes up, and the higher your hopes, the farther you fall. But I'm also thinking I want to try even harder, but how do I do that? And it's like, the only thing I would regret after the deadline is if I didn't give my all. Let's go. It went really well. Oh my gosh, she's so sweet. She lives on the other side of the world, which is why our meeting was at 10:45 p.m. I definitely could have structured the call a lot better. I was just nervous because who likes asking people to tell you how you're great, you know? I feel so cringe, but that's how it works in the business world. You gotta be 不要脸. Speaking of the essays, something crazy happened. They flipped the whole essay prompt that they've been using for the past 8 years, since 2016. Their classic unlimited word count essay that's super open-ended. They changed it to 3 short essays that have word count limits. This is good and bad, because the bad is that now I absolutely have 0 reference for past essays that worked. The good is that I personally like these prompts better and how they have some restrictions. I'm also starting to write my essays, and I'm basically working on the application every day now, right when I wake up. Yay! My heart is pounding so quickly. This can't be happening. I spent this morning organizing materials that I would need for writing my essays, and I was on a roll. After eating breakfast, the folders were empty. I have no idea what happened. What? I was already feeling stressed and a little anxious this morning. I come back and my stuff is gone. What the heck happened? Oh, I can't believe it. I was just sitting there like, while my sister and mom are watching the Olympics. Okay, I'm gonna try and fix this.
Always look forward to. What's the best career advice you've ever received?
You know when people say crap hitting the fan? This is one of those times when I understand what that means. I got back some of the files I lost, but not all of them. It's still frustrating, but you know, it could have been a lot worse. So, on the bright side, this is my lesson to actually get Time Machine set up on my Mac, so I always have a backup. I finished the first draft of one essay. Oh man, I have to cut like a third of it, and then I've written the introduction for the first essay, which right now sits at 156 words out of 300. This is looking great for me. It's really hard to cut words. I cut 13 words, now we're at 355.
Wow!
Oh man, this is gonna be so hard. The words are just flowing out. Still way too many words, even though I'm actually really proud of essay 1 and 2 now. When I vocalized my plan for the 3 essays to Sean last night, in that process, I also felt like the stories were just ready to come out, hence being kind of on a roll, which I don't want to break the flow of now, so I'm gonna go back to writing the 3rd one.
A few moments later.
These are my word counts so far. But having drafts for each one feels so good, and I knew I would feel this good.
Give me sunglasses. I need sunglasses. How many words do you have?
It's so
How many words do you
bad.
have?
328.
What? What? You have to delete 28 more?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this nonsense. A little harsh, but truth hurts a little.
Well,
No,
technically
but
the essay took like, I don't know, like an hour to
What?
You know?
How? You're so good at writing.
The thing is, I was technically working on these essays for a lot longer than when I sat down to actually write full sentences. Basically, I had a bunch of ideas and brainstorming, right? But they didn't really speak to me. So I didn't have that like hit of inspiration to get to work. Like once everything pieces together, I'm like, okay, I gotta write this now. And then it starts like flowing out faster. So like the actual writing part is not that long.
The next morning.
I spent hours responding, responding. Huh? Huh?
Ow!
Taking this a step further. Huh? Again?
I'm so tired.
Taking this as brand our community. Like what's the point of branding as 18?
This is much better.
Tighter. Yeah, I really like the second to last paragraph. Whoa! That one is better than before.
Yeah.
Before you were just like. What is that?
Ripple effect. All right.
Anything else we need to review?
No, not right now.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank
High five.
you. Thank you.
It feels cool.
So pretty.
Pop flex.
I was reading like these paragraphs and I was like, I wrote that? Not bad. I didn't know I could string words together like that.
Good job. That is true. I was there when you first applied to HBS. At the time, I think it was like uncertain of what you were going to do anyway.
Yeah.
Consulting was just like, we knew that was just like a stepping stone or something else, but we didn't know what that stepping stone was.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, I think we're good. Ready? Okay, submit. Oh.
That's it.
I acknowledge that I will be unable to make changes.
No funny.
Okay.
200. That expensive? I thought it was like $80.
No, it was $100 for 2 plus 2, I think.
What the actual?
About to spend some money awaiting. Oh my gosh, what a relief to be done. Oh my gosh, thank you for helping me.
Of course. You like
Credit
this?
cards. We're using the Freedom Unlimited because it has points. Submit payment. Payment method, credit card. This is called a Visa. Account number. I'm not gonna say this out loud. I'm not that dumb. Oh, no.
Debatable.
Oh, everything is a check mark.
Yay!
Yay! Wow. This thing will no longer hang over my head and take over my mental space until... T minus 5 minutes. 4 minutes now. Should I check my email, Sean? Okay.
See? I don't know if it's ready.
I've been having a pit in my stomach for like the past
Really?
30 minutes.
I see it.
It's like this subconscious, like,
I see it. Update.
status.
Post it.
Update.
Uh-oh. See?
I'm gonna click
See, I
view
see.
update.
Click. Sorry? What?
Oh my gosh.
No interview? That's insane.
Wait.
That's actually insane.
Wait.
Oh my
That's
God.
insane.
Not even an interview. It's okay. Huh?
Wait, that's like insane.
Yeah.
Wait, how? I don't understand.
Wow.
Wait, okay, I was like pretending, like telling myself, oh yeah, I'm not gonna get an interview again. But like, I don't like
That's so silly.
using all of the logic I've ever accumulated in like my entire life and like
Yeah.
what I understand is like, I did not think that that would actually happen.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Like this looks fake to me right now. Well, I'm glad I didn't prepare as much as as we were saying I should. Well,
For real. That's insane. They don't even understand.
what's the point of applying to these things?
Yeah.
That's why I hate applying to things, because like people's judgment is their judgment. Like the forms of success that you can make are only those that you can make on your own. You know, like the biggest forms of success. It's like when you pitch some kind of product, right? Like it doesn't matter if no one else believes in it, but what matters is if you make it actually come true and successful.
It's okay. You will shine wherever you go. It's their loss.
Wait, I know, and we said all of that too. And
Yeah,
I said
but
that
still
to
on the
myself
hard work.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's insane.
That is insane.
That's like insane.
Insane. Insane.
It's okay. They don't deserve any tears. They honestly don't deserve any tears. I feel like maybe I would have cried more if I got rejected after the interview, but like if I don't even get a chance to like speak to people, it like you don't deserve any tears from me. Maybe it was just never meant to be.
Yeah.
Harvard.
Not meant to be.
Yeah.
Third time is not a charm.
Third time is not the charm. Third time is not the charm. Each year we receive roughly 10 applicants for every available spot in the class.
Whatever. It's over. Over. Relax 了，不用管了。
That's it. No more application updates. You have my video pulled up?
Yeah, I was watching it.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
What video?
Yeah, I didn't really watch it before, but it's really good, and I teared up a little bit.
Oh my god.
Are you okay?
Mhm.
At least you tried. Maybe like you're just too good for them, because like if they reject you, that means that like you weren't a good fit. You both weren't a fit for each other.
Yeah. All of the things they put online as
We want a person who's this.
the lie.
Yeah.
It's just crazy that they wouldn't even give me an interview. Oh wait, how many people get an interview? About 20%. It's all subjective anyway.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, like
you
your
get a
stats
good
is
video.
clearly top.
Harvard is like, anyway, right?
I did not fit the bill. It's a sign because now I don't have to waste time preparing for the interview. They're just gonna reject me anyway. And I can just work on my own stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I hope that this helps a lot of the students out there because like right now there's like more and more pressure for students to get into top schools simply because of societal like expectations. Like yesterday I did a consultation with this girl who took like AP classes even freshman and sophomore year, got straight A's. She's a cross-country star ranking number 5 in the state, and she was so stressed and insecure about getting into a top school. Yeah, I hope this makes them feel better and know that, you know, it's not the end of the world and it's not something to be stressed and put pressure on yourself for.
It's okay. I get to see you guys later today.
Yay! Okay, well, I won't bother you anymore. Thanks for calling briefly.
No problem. I thought you were gonna be really, really sad.
Oh, I think when you, this time around especially, like when you trust in your own abilities and you've already proved to yourself that much, you don't feel upset when other people don't validate you, you know? Because this time around applying, I'm a completely different person. I just have a lot more like self-awareness and confidence in myself. I think that's what helps. Like initially when I first got the reaction, I did cry some tears.
You should have filmed the reaction of me calling you.
How do you know I was not filming and recording? But actually I didn't
这是傻逼笑了，哈哈。
Were you?
Yeah, not at the start.
I look ugly though. Oh, sorry, the light's facing this way. It's okay. Like, it's really fine. Like, you'll do well wherever you go.
That's perfect.
Did you film that? Did you film that?
Yeah, I didn't get an interview again.
为什么有没有说
They never tell you why.
哎 You never know.
这些事情就是这样的，所以我们只能做的就是做我们自己的事情，然后努力。
对
Oh well， 就不要再以这个事情哭了，还是 anything。
是的，是的，没有一个确定的一个标准啊。Literature 或者 art 这些方面的东西呢 ，you cannot tell who is better。
说实在，就是如果这些东西就是别人 compare， 然后 subjective， 对吗？也是说明，如果你没有得到，也不是一个太大的一个 loss， 对吗？因为它不说明你任何你的 skill 真的 ，right？
是的，是的。
Yeah， 对 ，MIT 也
没事没事
很不错。
哦，
我们 Amy 知道没事。
没事的
Amy，
哦，我知道你还是有希望的，因为你做了就是
有期待的，
有期待的，
you have
因为 because you did very well.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. Keep moving forward.
Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
This is all a sign because I actually remember I was like hesitant about spending time and effort applying anyway. And maybe I'm just saying all of this to comfort myself right now, but like this is just a sign that instead of spending my time and effort trying to court someone, right, whose judgment is completely like 2D and limited, instead of trying to prove to someone, just one person, I can't speak, but like I can use this time to work on things that like I know actually will pay off. Like I can actually work toward new innovative things.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of like just like keep trying to put myself into a pool, pit myself against other people and like be like, hey, look at me, I'm the best, you know. This will be part of an inspirational story. This is just part of the story. I think, to be fair, this is why I always had qualms about making any kind of content related to how to get into a certain school or a top school, because it's just such a silly the whole thing is so silly, and it's such like almost a scam, right? Because you feel so much pressure trying to fit in this box when like you were probably already great, like with the kind of person and the things you were doing, as long as you were passionate and working hard and dedicated and a good person. Stop being so pressured about what school you guys go to. They don't mean anything, and acceptance doesn't mean anything. I'm not crying.
Good.
I'm not crying.
You're crying.
You're crying.
Are you crying? Am I crying? No, I'm not crying. You're crying.
Yeah, didn't need proof or clout through a name anyway, right? When I had Caltech, and most people thought it was a state school, sometimes in the beginning of my YouTube journey, I was like, oh, if only I could say Stanford, MIT, Harvard, Princeton in my video titles. But it shows that where I got to today is not because of my accolades and not because of one word names of what I achieved, but it's because of what I did and what I do and the person I am.
Yes.
You know? Yeah, HBS just really doesn't like me. They don't even want to talk to me. They're afraid that they're gonna like me way too much from just the interview. That like after the 30-minute interview, by the end they're like, oh, you know what? I'll just tell you your decision right now. You got it.